So now we've got above the fraction bar, we've got 10 times 3, which is 30. Below the fraction bar, we have 8, take away 2, which is 6. Now I can do the division because I've simplified the expression above the fraction bar. I've simplified the expression below the fraction bar. Now I can treat it like division. 30 divided by 6 is 5. And actually, you might even just do this. Equals 5. And that is fine. All right, so I simplified the 10. Then I did the 10 times 3. And I actually did in one step what's this part of the expression and this part of the expression here. You don't have to go through one, like painfully one step at a time, but I don't want you to like simplify several things all in one step. All right. All right, so we got 5 as our answer. All right, here comes the next problem. All right, here's your next problem. All right, we've got an exponent now, but we still start with parentheses. Okay, so it's going to be 5 squared minus, and I don't need to put parentheses now around the 12, around the 12. 3 times 4 is our 12. That's going to be fine. Over 9 divided by 3 plus 1. Our next step is going to be, oh, this is in parentheses. All right, 25 squared is 25 minus 12 over 9 divided by 3 is going to be 3 plus 1. So now I have 25 take away 12, and I've got a 3 plus 1. 25, oh, I already wrote that. 25 minus 12, that is going to give me 13 divided by 4. Now, that doesn't turn into a really friendly answer, and I'm curious. I mean, this is what I put to you in the doc. I think what I probably should have done was figure out a way to make this a 13, so this could be a 12, so that would give you a nice friendly answer. Your answers on the quiz are going to give you friendly answers. I kind of wish I had gone back in time and made it sure that this was going to be a 12 so that I could divide it by 4 and get a nice friendly answer 3. But I didn't do that, and some of you already solved and probably simplified that fraction. So we're going to take it all the way to the end. 13 divided by 4, that would be this. 4 goes into 13 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract, I got a 1. Add my decimal point, add a 0. 4 goes into 10 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. I subtract, I get a 2. Add a 0, bring it down. 4 goes into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20, and I'm done. That's it. 3 and 25 hundredths is the actual answer to that problem. I simplified sort of one step at a time. I did here a little bit of I simplified the top and the bottom simultaneously. As long as it's really clear and I can see what you're doing, but again, I don't want you to like simplify this, this, and this all in one step. I'd like to see you doing it a little bit more carefully than that. But our answer is 3 and 25 hundredths, which is not an ugly answer. It's kind of a nice answer. So, but my goal on the quiz is to actually have all of our answers be nice, friendly ones. All right. Thanks a lot. Hey, let's do the third one. All right, right now. All right, what do you know? This is going to be a friendlier one. It does come out with a friendly answer without a decimal or anything. I mean, the decimal's there. You just don't see it. A whole number answer is what we're going to get. All right, parentheses. Let's do it. And you know what? Let's skip a step this time just to say 3 plus 7 is 10 times 2 minus 5 over 3 plus 2, right? 12 divided by 4 is 3 plus 2. All right, we multiply before we subtract. And I know that we're going from left to right here, and so you would multiply anyway if we were just solving it going this way. So I would be cautious on the quiz to make sure that I may try and trick you. I might have adding and subtracting be first with the multiplication or division happening second. Make sure you're remembering that you multiply and divide before you add and subtract. All right. I'm learning a lot from doing these problems. I have not written the quiz yet. So this is all stuff I'm going to be thinking about when I write the quiz. Maybe I want to like try and trick you a little bit. So be careful. You're not just going to go fly from left to right. it's going to be, pay attention to the signs, multiply and divide before add and subtract. But here we are, 10 times 2 is 20, minus 5 over 3 plus 2 is 5. Then I'm going to simplify my last thing that I got there. I'm going to have 20 minus 5 is 15 over 5. Remembering that this fraction bar means divided by. 15 divided by 5 is going to equal 3. 3 is our final answer. Did you do it right? Is that what you got? Did you get 3 there? I hope you did. Let's do a area and perimeter of a algebra tile problem right now. All right, here we go. All right, so here is our design. On the quiz, your design is going to be blank, just like this. And you're going to need to read that design and pay attention to the shapes that you see there and start by labeling the tiles, which is going to be part of the points that you're going to earn, is by labeling the tiles. And that's going to require you to do a little bit of thinking and understanding about what we're looking at. My drawing here is not perfect, but I think you'll agree once we label it that it's fair. I will make sure that I use really nice graph paper and take extra time on the quiz when I draw the design for you to label. But take a moment, pause the video, and draw this design and go through and find its area and find its perimeter, simplifying those expressions by combining the like terms, all right? But what I want you to notice is that, again, it's not perfect, but we've got a big square here and here. There's a medium-sized square right here, and then here's our teeny squares, right? And so we know what those ones are called, but I'm not going to tell you right now because you still have to solve the problem yourself. So big squares here. There's this long piece here. There's this rectangular piece here that's as wide as this one, but also is as tall as this one, which is the medium-sized square. Anyway, you get the picture, right? Draw it. Okay, you should have labeled these, and we're ready to go. The large guys are obviously our y-squared tiles. And since this is the same length as the y tile, the y-squared tile, it's going to be our y tile. It's a little thicker than I maybe should have made it because it's not as thick as these other ones here, the x tiles. But that's a y tile. That was what my intent was. This is a length of y and a width of x. So this is our xy tile. This is our x squared tile. And we have an x tile, an x tile, an x tile, and a 1 units tile, 1 units tile, and 1 units tile. All right? So when we're thinking about our area of this design, the first unpacked area, remember, is just naming the tiles that are present. All right? Which is remembering what I said to you about x's coming before y's, because that's how they are in the alphabet, and that x squareds come before x regular x's, and y squareds come before y's. We want to sort of organize it. So my preference is going to be writing it the way that I'm going to write it the way that I prefer to see it on that quiz. All right, so we have an x squared tile. We have plus x plus x plus x. That covers that guy, and that guy. Plus y squared plus y squared. That takes that guy and that guy. Plus y. That takes care of that guy. Plus xy. That takes care of that guy. Plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That takes care of that guy, and that guy. All right, all my tiles are covered here in this long expression that's stringing them along. I do want you to do this step on the quiz. All right, and notice how I checked them off or put a little mark or a dot inside of it or whatever you want to do to make sure you don't accidentally skip any of the tiles that are present. But now I'm going to ask you to combine like terms to simplify these expressions. all right? And what that's going to come from you looking and seeing what is duplicated here, what is repeated. So x squared does not have any more, there's not multiple x squareds. So our first value is going to be x squared plus, I have 3 x's, and they're all organized right here. So 3x. Remember, this is not an exponent. This is telling me there's 3 times x because there's 1, 2, 3 of them. Plus, I have 2y squareds. So I write 2y squared, 2 times the y squared, plus y, plus xy, plus 3. I can combine those guys. So this is my simplified expression. I'm going to probably ask for those exact words on there. I'll say simplify this expression by combining like terms. And that's just asking you to remember, these are the terms of my expression. Combine the terms that are alike, right? So x squared, 3x, 2y squared, y, xy, and 3. All right? That should be your area. Both of these showing on the quiz. I hope that's what you got. All right. I need space for writing perimeter, and I don't feel like writing down low. So I'm going to pause it if you want to make sure that you have this. And then I'm going to erase this, and we'll do perimeter. Okay? Okay, perimeter. Okay, for perimeter, my strategy, as I mentioned before, is to sort of put a little dot and like, this is where I'm starting, and I'm going to walk clockwise around this shape and track the lengths along the edges. Oh, I haven't marked the lengths along the edges yet. So what am I talking about? This is a length of y. This here is a length of y. This here is a length of y. This here is a length of y. This right here is a length of 1. Here's a length of x. Here's a length of 1, a length of 1, a length of 1. Here's a length of x. Here's a 1. Don't forget this edge guy. 1, 1, 1. Don't forget this edge guy right in here. 1. That guy and the sides. If I was an ant walking along the outside edge, that's an x. There's a y. Here's an x. Here's a 1. Here's a y. That takes me I have all of my edge lengths labeled. Every single side of every single tile is present, right? That's an x. That's a y. That's an x. Okay, I got it. Now I'm going to start here and walk around the edge and add up what I've got. I've got this unpacked, painful y plus y plus y plus y plus 1 plus x plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus x plus 1. Oh my gosh, plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I'm going to go down here. Plus 1 is that guy. Plus x plus y plus x plus 1 plus y. Can I tell you a mistake that is easily made, and I almost made it? See how I kind of sloppily drew my y here and almost looks like it has a little tail to make it an x? X and y look really similar, so be very careful when you are tracking it all down. When you're writing it all down on your list, I don't want you to accidentally call this right here an x. It's a y. All right, now I'm going to combine those like terms. How many y's do I have? I'm just going to go through and I'm going to underline them all. There's a y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 y. Wait a minute. X comes before y. Daggone it. All right, I'm going to move my 6y over. I start with x's. X's before y's. All right. Now I'm going to circle all my x's just so I can keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4x plus 6y plus my 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this looks like I'm done because I just did some underlining and I did some circling and I did some little dots underneath to keep track of all the things. But I'm going to recount to make sure that I haven't made an error. 4x, 1, 2, 3, 4. 6y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, times, plus 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, then I can also eyeball up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6y. 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. 4x. And my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That looks right to me. All right, now I feel like I could get up and walk over and hand the paper in, but I've triple checked it because I'll tell you, errors are going to creep in here, and then you want to catch them before I do. All right, once I catch it, it's points off. Right, so be extra careful when you're doing your counting. This design right here, not bad. It's a good one. Very similar to what might appear on your quiz. There should be on your quiz, expect 3 of the order of operation problems and 2 problems where you're doing area and perimeter. All right, and that should be that. Remember, our quiz is on Thursday. Remember, my class play is on Wednesday, the day before, so I will not have office hours that Wednesday. And I'm offering a bonus lunchtime special time. If you want support, I'll make it available Monday during lunch and then Tuesday during lunch. That's going to be your opportunity to seek support for this quiz practice. If you want to come in and say, can you draw me a algebra tiles problem to do area and perimeter, and we can check it to make sure I know what I'm doing, or can you write for me an order of operations problem so we can solve it to make sure? Bring a friend, come in, get a little extra support if you need. If you don't feel like you need it, no problem. But if you do want to have that support, I would love to offer that help to you. And I think it does benefit people to pop in, but I just won't be available at office hours. Just don't forget. All right. Hope you are doing well, and I will see you tomorrow.